Okay, so now when we look back at the user side of this, we're going to want to get to know our users a little bit more deeply. And the way we do that is through user interviews. But you got to know how to ask questions, right? So this is just a little primer on some helpful tips when you're writing up a script for a user interview, okay? So you want to start conversational. Small talk makes people comfortable. It just does. It also lets them know that you are a person. You're not, part of the entity or company. What you don't want to do is deep dive immediately. Okay, you don't want to jump into really deep clinical things. You just want to put them at ease first and get them warmed up for the topic and the interview. If you have trouble getting an answer from users, go ahead and rephrase some questions. Sometimes people understand things differently than you might or than other users that you interviewed do. What you don't want to do is move on too soon, or, I mean, you're just not going to get any answers to your questions and it'll be a waste of your time and the user's time. So when they're having trouble with getting an answer out, don't give up. Just, urge them a little more. It's okay. Or rephrase your question, see what happens. Also, you're going to want to ask about their habits and their behaviors rather than asking them what they want. So don't ask them to design it. That's your job. Find out what they're trying to get done, because that, again, goes back to the value. This is where the value lies, is us providing that for them. That's why we matter in their lives as a business or a service. You know what? And this seems counterintuitive when you do it, and it always feels awkward for the interviewer as well as the interviewee, but don't worry about it. Let the silence be there, let it hang there, let it be awkward, because what will happen is the user will talk. So don't try and fill the space. Don't try and speak for them. Let them get nervous and say something first, because they will continue talking. Also, open-ended questions are always the best. I like to ask something like, walk me through your first use of the internet on an average day on your desktop or something. Don't ask too many yes or no questions. It's just that stuff you could collect on a survey and it will annoy your users. Ask them about real incidents. Be specific. Get them to tell you a story about something that actually happened to them in relation to the product. Or, hey, there was a time that this happened, kind of things. Don't be abstract. If things are too hypothetical, they'll get really confused, and also they will start supposing or suggesting, and this will lead them to believe that you might be developing what they're saying, and then they'll be pissed off when you don't. It's interesting, but it's true. So flexibility is huge. Don't be afraid to make edits to your script while you're in the middle of an interview based on the info that you get. You are going to get surprising information. It's fine. Not that big a deal. Also, mistakes are going to happen. Let them happen. We all make them. Don't put more pressure on yourself. Perfect is not going to happen. It's a learning process, so don't worry. You're not going to kill anybody or bury a company by asking the wrong question, right? That's how people learn. Here's your assignment slide. I want you guys to consider what it is you want to learn about the users that we created the proto personas for. How are we going to structure questions that will get deeper understandings for us about them in relation to our product? Use the do's and don'ts of interviewing and get it done in 15 minutes. Someone's going to share. All right.